So in a previous video, we talked about how to increase fish color. It's a useful video. I will put that up in the upper right-hand corner as well as a link to that in the description below. But today I want to focus on something a little bit more, and that is how important it is to choose your substrate and choose your background wisely, and make sure that decision is based upon the fish you're going to keep, because it can have a huge impact on the color of your fish. And I want to illustrate that with 3 examples, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics. Today I did want to illustrate why it's so important to choose your substrate, to choose your background color wisely, because it can have a major impact on the color of your fish. How many of you have gone out to the fish store and you saw some really cool pictures of a fish that you saw online, only to bring it home and it doesn't look anything like what you saw? Now sure, some of that could be photoshopping of the picture itself, but a lot of times we are in control of how the fish is going to show color just by choosing the right environment for that fish. So I want to look at 3 things. First, the species 35. Now you've seen this fish before. We've bred these fish and they look amazing. They've got a lot of nice reds and yellows, and you can see it here and it looks great. But what happened? Take a look here. Now the species 35 is in a 75 gallon. Sure, the inhabitants have changed, but the major contributor to the change in the color that we see in this fish is the white sand. And because we have white sand, look how the colors have washed out. So we see a big difference in that same fish. It's the exact same fish. There are other species 35s in the tank, so it should be showing color. Now, of course, the inhabitants may impact that as well, but you can see what a drastic change we have. Now, let's take a look at another example. These Meckler Pennis. We had these in the 33 long. We bred these fish as well, and you can see how the colors are really popping on this light brown substrate. After we got done breeding this group of fish, I wanted to give them a break, move the fish out of the 33 long and put them in the 75 gallon. And once again, now here we're going in the opposite direction. We started with a lighter colored substrate and we're moving to a black substrate, and look what's happened to the color of the fish. Now, I'm not saying that one is better than the other, simply that we should be aware that our environment is going to impact, especially the color of the substrate and the background are going to drastically impact the color of some fish, not all. Finally, I think this is really cool. Take a look at our bristlenose Plecos. How many of you have ever gone somewhere and you start seeing special names for some bristlenose Plecos, and then you get them home and they just look like normal ones? Take a look at this 40-gallon breeder. These are all the same Plecos. They came from all the same parents. And look at the distribution. On the back wall, the Plecos look almost black. Why? Because they're on that black background. But then when you look at the Plecos in the sand, they've got a lot of nice color. They've got browns and light tans, and they almost look like a different fish. It's the same fish. If the fish on the sand go to the back of the tank, guess what? They turn dark as well. And so what I wanted to do is I just wanted to spend some time talking about that today. Hopefully we understand, again, when we're picking out fish, go on the internet. Take a look at the fish that you want to purchase. See what type of gravel they're on. See what type of background is there. And if you really want that same color, try to match that environment. There are lots of fish that will mimic their environment. Now, again, there are lots of fish that won't, but these are just some examples of ones that do. So if you like this video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.